Hi, this is Nana at Hosenfeld at the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, April 6, 2020. Looking at precipitation over the past 30 days, you can see that the southern part of the area has been seeing a lot more precipitation than areas further north. If you look at the map on the right, that shows how precipitation amounts compared to normal, and you can see well above normal amounts across the southern and southeastern portions of the Great Basin. Much drier across much of Nevada and western Utah and southwestern Idaho. If we look at snow over the past 72 hours, there was some accumulation over the higher terrain across the northern third of the Great Basin. Generally accumulations in the 4 to 6 inch range, but a few of the higher elevations saw up to a foot of snow. If we look at snow depth, which is the image on the right, you can see that that snow is largely confined to the higher elevations. Looking at how our snowpack compares to normal, you can see that just looking at it state by state, Utah is probably doing the best. Almost all the basins in Utah are at or above normal. The portion we cover of the Arizona Strip is doing quite well, but that changes moving into Nevada, where you can see that almost the entire state is below normal. Some areas with a snowpack of 50% of normal. So you can see along western Nevada, really low snow numbers for the winter. And then moving up into Idaho, a little closer to normal, about 75% of normal, but still not doing as well as areas further south. Satellite this morning shows a low pressure system moving onto the California coast, sending some clouds into much of the Great Basin. For today, there is a weather system moving onto the California coast that's sending those clouds into the Great Basin. And we are looking at good to excellent mixing across much of the area today. Looking at that in more detail, we are expecting some pretty good transport winds today ahead of that system. As we move into Tuesday, looking at yet another day of good to excellent mixing across the majority of the area. Again, transport winds not quite as strong as what we're expecting to see today, but still good enough to get us some good mixing, and our mixing heights are also in a pretty good range. As we move into Wednesday, that low pressure system begins to make its way through the southern part of the Great Basin. You can really see really good to excellent mixing values on Wednesday with that system moving through. Looking at that in more detail, some really impressive mixing heights expected on Wednesday, along with stronger transport winds across northern Nevada and Utah on Wednesday. Looking at the Utah Forecast Clearing Index over the next 3 days, you can see excellent mixing for most of Utah for the next 3 days. The Precipitation Accumulation forecast from WPC is predicting a fair amount of rainfall across southern Nevada. You can see some areas expected to receive over 1.5 inches of rain. So pretty wet across southern Nevada and into southwestern Utah, the Arizona Strip, with this incoming storm. On Thursday, that storm has kind of fallen apart. We're just looking at mainly northerly flow across the region, and our mixing will be in the good to excellent range. That's pretty much the case on Friday. You can see that the mixing or the ventilation index decreases across western Nevada on Friday. Then moving into Saturday again, just kind of in a general northwesterly flow pattern across much of the entire area. Mostly good to excellent mixing across the area Saturday. And finally moving into Sunday, pretty similar picture with some moisture increasing across the northern part of the area on Sunday. The 4 to 5 day period, things are looking pretty dry across the Great Basin, just a potential for some light precipitation over the higher terrain, mainly of central and northern Utah. The 8 to 14 day period, the Climate Prediction Center is calling for below normal temperatures across the area, as well as above normal precipitation. So that's it. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. Our information is on the screen, and you can also find us on Twitter. Thank you.